Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Humans Company. This is a Jerry Thompson special. Jerry played this at Grand Prix Phoenix a few weeks ago and did very well with it, and I busted it out for the Team Modern Super League after that because it was so awesome to play, to watch him play with it, and it was great to play. I won a match with it in the Super League. That was pretty nice, although we did fall, unfortunately. All right, so our opponent is going Forest Arbor Elf, huh? All right. We drew our own basic land, so that's not bad. All right, well, I guess we're just going to play our... Okay, so I'm just going to play our Thalia here and crunch in for 2. This is pretty good. We can go Mantis Rider next turn or Reflector Mage, whichever we want to do. Fortunately, we have the basic forest of our opponents on Ponza or something, but we also have the Stomping Ground. So we have red and green here for any Bloodbraid Elves we might draw, which means we can name human all we want with the unclaimed territories. All right, so double green Arbor Elf. So we're just crossing our fingers that they don't go Utopia Sprawl 4 mana, something powerful here. Well, it is the Utopia Sprawl, but our Thalia attacks them pretty well here. That is, of course, why you play it. So instead of getting to pop off for 4 mana this turn, they instead only have 2. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Another Arbor Elf. Well, that's quite a bit of mana next turn. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's all the mana they could possibly want next turn. Given that, we're clearly not beating whatever they're going to do with that mana, and we can't stop them from getting that mana. So I guess all we can do is try to kill them. I mean, our hand does that fairly well, but our opponent has, let's say, roughly infinite mana next turn. To break it down for you, they get to tap the forest, tap the Utopia Sprawl for 2. Each Arbor Elf adds 2 more, so that is 9 mana our opponent's going to have access to on turn 3. That is enough to entwine a Tooth and Nail. That'd be quite bad for us. So fingers crossed that whatever they play is either not killing us, which is not, it's not Tooth and Nail. It's something we can bounce with Reflector Mage. Our opponent's doing nothing, huh? Well, that is more than I dared to hope for, to be honest. There's the Bloodbraid Elf. I assume that's better than the Mantis Rider this turn. Simply because this one, it could be another Mantis Rider, but Mantis Rider, while it would fly, it wouldn't be lethal, so we may as well just play the Bloodbraid Elf here. Didn't get too much out of it. We got a human trigger, but that's all. Still, though, we are attacking for lethal, and that is what's important. We force a block. They have to throw one of these in front of the champion of the parish, which leaves them taking 8 damage. They're going to double block the Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, that's great for me. If that's what they wanted to do, they probably should have triple blocked the Thalia's lieutenant, or Thalia. We would have still, killed 2 of their guys with first strike, but then we would have lost our Thalia. Could they have done that? Oh, that would have been lethal. They couldn't do that. Okay, fair enough. Well, that worked. They could have just thrown 1 in front of the champion of the parish, though. Okay, well, I don't know what was going on there, but I am quite thankful they didn't have anything to pay it off. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to cut a Bloodbraid Elf. I'm going to cut the Selfless Spirit. I'm going to cut an Avacyn's Pilgrim here. We do, however, need to cut 1 more card. I guess I'll cut a Meddling Mage. We don't know what they're doing with their mana, really. I assume Tooth and Nail, just because Mono Green Forest is an infinite mana, but it could be something else. Unified Will kind of, replaces Meddling Mage more or less as well. We might not have more creatures in them. It's possible we don't, but that game would be going pretty poorly for us anyways. I think I'm going to keep this. Staticaster is just so... Their busted draw, Staticaster destroys. And I think that is a good place to be. Also, Utopia Sprawl first means not Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl, so that's good for us too. And there's the Unified Will. Okay, so not Not bad here. Not sure what to name with Meddling Mage, that's for sure. Because I have no idea what my opponent's playing. Let's see what they do with 3 mana. Courser of Crufix. Okay. Well, I guess I'll name Ancient Stirrings with this Meddling Mage. We got our Sacred Foundry here. Actually, we should probably get this done. Not Sacred Foundry is better. All right, so like I said, the Unified Will may not always be great for us, but I think we'll get to a point where it's good for us here. At least we can take out a card in their hand here, use their Courser Crufix to our advantage. No idea what my opponent's up to over there. I do know that next turn I get to play is it Staticaster or Reflector Mage, whichever is better. Which will then set up Unified Will, most likely on the following turn. Thragtusk on top. Well, Thragtusk is pretty good. See what they do. This is a big turn for them, though. They have 4 mana, and if they do nothing, that's very, very good for us. Because we get to then play Reflector Mage, bounce a Courser. So unfortunately, whew. Okay, that's a pretty good one. We can bounce it, though. It cannot bounce it. It is, in fact, hexproof. Okay, fair enough. I wonder what the Ancient Sirens is finding in their deck. This Thread's going to beat us down, but they have 4 cards in hand. 2 of them they can't play. The Ancient Stirrings and the Courser are dead on this next turn here. Man, this Staticaster would have been insane in game 1. It's not looking great right now. And that Thragtusk they're going to play is not going to be easy either. Obviously, we're going to get punished by this Unified Will. Maybe. We might not get punished by it. If our opponent goes Thragtusk here and we draw a 2-drop, then we can Unified Will the Courser on its way back down. Unfortunately, we have to find a way to actually make our board big. So I'd really like to draw basically Thalia's Lieutenant here, because we don't have a lot of turns. Okay, we do if they don't attack, though. Meddling Mage also pretty good. In fact, Meddling Mage here is insane. Blue-white Meddling Mage. This will name the Courser of Crufix. All right, well, it's sort of a good news, bad news situation here. Good news is we have taken apart our opponent's hand fairly decently. They have 2 cards in it they can't play, and they only have 4, and we get a counter whatever they play this turn. On the other hand, we are going to die very soon, and that's bad for us. And we take 9 this turn, and then things start to get pretty ugly. Well, you know what we could do if they do nothing here? I could block this with the Reflector Mage and the Courser. No, I can't, because then I don't have more creatures to counter it. Yeah, that's bad. I was going to say the Courser. Yeah, this is not good. I have no option here but to take this. As much as it pains me to do so. Quite literally, 9 points of damage. And obviously, we get punished. Okay. Alright. Play the Hierarch. Let's be able to attack this turn. All right, we'll see what happens here. I think we might be blocking Reflector Mage on Thragtusk and then going for Instep Staticaster, which will destroy the Thragtusk at least. And take 4 from Thrun. None of this is good for us at all, that's for sure. But drawing the Hierarch at least means that we still have Unified Will if something terrible happens here. Although that said, okay, don't care about that. Well, they have 3 cards and 2 of them are dead, so as long as that third one isn't insane. It's not. Okay, so that's good for us. I haven't figured out how we're going to beat Thrun yet. All right, Thragtusk is down. It's a chump blocker, at least. I think that I need to pop the canopy here. It's another land. Okay. Well, this might still work out. We throw a Hierarch in front of the Thrun. We throw Courser, Crewfix, Meddling, Mage in front of the Beast token. Then we get to trade. We get to kill the Beast token with Staticaster and Unified Will, the Courser that they play. Although maybe I just let him Ancient Stirrings, because if Ancient Stirring just hits a land, that's probably the better one to throw away, because Ancient Stirrings could just hit a land and then we don't care. We desperately need to find Collected Companies, though, or Bloodbraid Elves. I mean, we're actually not in the worst of spots. I mean, we're not in a good spot, but our opponent isn't. Theoretically, we can handle the next threat from our opponent. We have more creatures in them. We have our Staticaster on board, and we have a lot of good draws. So, I mean, I'm not happy about being at 2 life here, but we're not out of the game yet. And they're just going to come in with a Thrun, huh? Well, that's an easy chump block for us. The idea long term is to just have creatures bigger than Thrun, which is possible. I think that 1 life is the same as 2, so I'm going to fetch. Could be wrong. But I would like to have the maximum odds of drawing good cards here. Unfortunately, we did not. That's pretty bad for us. I can't attack. I mean, I feel like we've played this game well. We've drawn a lot of land. A whole bunch of land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've drawn 7 cards. Non-land cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. Yeah. Well, got to throw this Hierarch away again. We are very, very, very quickly running out of turns to do this. Say, essentially, we have 1 more. All right, let's see what Ancient Stirrings finds. Hoping it's just a land. If it's just a land, then it doesn't matter that we lose it. Say, Liquid Metal Coating. Huh? Just don't even know what that means. They want to make my stuff artifacts, and then I assume Acidic Slime it or something? I mean, you can have your Liquid Metal Coating. Unified Will is about to be very, very bad, though. I mean, we basically have this turn to draw something. Lots and lots of good draws in our decks. I know that. At a minimum, 4 Collected Companies and 2 Bloodbraid Elves gives us 6 out of 43. But now that the board is clear, I mean, any creature is fine. Yeah, may as well attack. Our deck only plays 21 lands. This is pretty rough. Drawn 11 of the 21. So, yeah, I mean, only 25% of our deck is lands. I think we're pretty much dead here. We have exactly... I think that was really the turn, because the problem is now the Unified Will is dead. We have to throw away the Staticaster. Unified Will is never going to get to do anything. Yeah, our Staticaster is an artifact. Did I speak too soon? Are they going to shatter our Staticaster? Yep, they are. Well, I guess Unified Will gets to do something. Good for us. As sees him with a Corsair Crewfix in hand and one card we don't know. And we will be chump blocking with it. Is it Staticaster? And then hoping to hit Collected Company or Bloodbraid Elf. JK, we're just dead. Okay. Let's just play another game. That game was pretty dumb. All right. Now we know what they're doing. So I want this Meddling Mage back. I don't want the Unified Wills anymore. I changed my mind. I know what I'm doing now. We could destroy their liquid metal coating. No, this is what we want. I know what we're doing now. We're going to grind them out. We're just going to get bigger than them. We're not going to flood out on lands this game. We're just going to have a very aggressive draw. I will take it. Double Thalia, not the best. It is essentially a mulligan, but it may give us an opportunity to throw one away early or something. All right, so as long as we find one land in this game, we're set. Ideally, we'd find two, but even mana dorks are good. So our opponent's deck's kind of sweet. I mean, liquid metal coating plus shatter effects is pretty fun, that's for sure. Because liquid metal coating can target a permanent, keep in mind. All right, so if we can find land this time, the Staticaster's got a target. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Thalia, number 3. Why not? Well, this hand's going to get real awkward real fast if we draw 4s now. We do at least, again, in this game, have the turn 2 Thalia to slow down the Utopia Sprawl turn 2 explosion with Arbor Elf. It's interesting. It's been legal in Modern ever since Modern was created, but it's very recently that it's really started to pop up in more decks, the Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl combo. It's one of the most powerful ones you can have. It makes 4 mana on turn 2, just with those 2 cards. And Kitchen Finks is pretty good. All right, come on, land, please. Give me a land. Oh, gosh, we actually got there. Okay. Oh, man, that is... Oh, okay. Oh, I feel so much better. We're going to run our Staticaster out here. Post-combat, I imagine. Yeah, do it pre-combat. It doesn't really matter. I'm not attacking with the champion this turn anyways. I think we want the Stomping Ground. That allows us to cast Collected Company. Yeah, if we had missed there and drawn, a Bloodbraid or a Company or something, this game would have been just actually become a disaster. As it stands, though, we get to pick off one of their mana. We get to swing with impunity with this Thalia through the Kitchen Finks. And if they choose to swing back and trade, 2 for 3, which theoretically would benefit them, we then get a Kraken with our champion of the Parish. And we have Tireless Striker next turn, which then means anything we draw off the top, except for the 6/4s in the deck, is both castable and good. Because land allows us to get clue tokens and anything else, obviously, we can play. Also, as soon as this Kitchen Finks trades with anything, we get to pick it off. We make all their mana dorks worse. I like where we're at. Ancient Stirrings, okay. I know why it's in the deck now. I didn't understand it at first. They want to find liquid metal coating. In this case, paying 2 mana to just go find a forest, though, it's just a lay of the land. Not exactly what you want. Caravan Vigil, take your choice. I recorded with Mono Green Charbelcher last week, and I had a lot of fun with it with those cards. Yeah, we did draw the 4, but that's okay. I should have. I messed up there. Misplays. Not going to get punished for it. I might get punished for it. Should have played this first. Attack with Champion of the Parish. Just click through. I got a trigger finger, man. I put it on the key, and sometimes I just click it without thinking. It's actually why I prefer playing. It's really easy to watch somebody on Magic Online and say, "Oh, you're so bad at Magic. Why would you ever make that play that's just so terrible?" And you know what? I get it. I do it too. I watch people play Magic Online, and I think that they're bad, but it's just fundamentally different. And it's one thing if you're Logan Nettles, who crushed me in the Team Super League last week. And by the way, crushes me every time I ever play against him online. He's Jabberwocky. It's one thing if you're them and you kind of come up playing on Magic Online, but all the competitive Magic playing I've done, which is it is not negligible, right? I've done a lot of competitive Magic. I've won, I'm not a pro or whatever, but I've won a fair amount of money playing the game. You play in paper, and that's how you learn to play, and it's just different. It's just very different than playing online. I'm just going to go ahead and fetch now with this on the stack. I'm going to get the basic planes out here. Well, that means we can't cast Bloodbraid Elf, though. Maybe I should just get the breeding pool. Let's just say our life doesn't matter here, but... all right, there's another land. All right, we can pop this clue. This is why I did it this way. We improved our draw. It doesn't matter we drew land, but now that we cracked that, now we get to swing with our Tireless Tracker as well. So we get to swing in with the team here. This is 6-11. So it would have not been lethal even if I had swung with the Champion Parish last turn, so we don't get punished too hard here. Kitchen Finks bites the bullet for the team. That makes sense. Tireless Tracker, by the way, is an insane card. All right, Staticaster can pick off Finks on their instep. Our opponent ends up at 12 after it's all said and done. We've already played a land. So we need to pass the turn here. We get to kill the Kitchen Finks. Next turn, we get to play Sacred Foundry and cast Collecting Company, or just go for the Mantis Rider, depending on what the board looks like. Killing that Arbor Elf from our opponent was very, very good in this game. Very, very powerful, as it turns out. Oh, no. It's a Land of War Elves. Yep. Yep. Izzet Staticaster is a great card in modern sideboards. Not only does it pick off... By the way, this doesn't just ping, right? It's not just a hasty pinger with flash, which by itself would be good. It deals 1 damage to each creature, and each other creature with the same name. Just destroys Lingering Souls. Absolutely crushes Lingering Souls. They're going to Liquid Metal Coating our Tireless Tracker. Okay. And now they're going to shatter our Tireless Tracker. More power to you. All right. There it goes. That's fine. That tracker got a card out of our opponent and drew us 2. Pretty good. May as well attack with your Kitchen Finks because it is going to die. Another Collected Company, huh? All right, we'll just do this. Shoot the Land of War Elves. Just go ahead and Company now. The Mantis Rider would not have been lethal, so... All right, doubling Meddling Mage, huh? Okay, what are we naming with this? What are we worried about out of mono green here? Let's start with Thrun. Let's follow up with Thragtusk. The card you killed me with last game. If we'd hit a Mantis Rider in there, though, we could have swung for, would have been not lethal. We need double Mantis Rider for lethal. Thalia's Lieutenant Mantis Rider. Now that would have been sweet. All right, so no Thrun for our opponent and no Thragtusk. That's going to make it pretty hard to get back in this game. I think that we did it. It was close. Closer than, probably reasonably you should have been. Game two was obviously pretty rough, but it was fun, though. It's kind of fun sometimes to not just have a thing where everything happens the way it's supposed to, where you just get to put in weird positions. That's kind of enjoyable. In this game, though, this game was very close. We Thalia flooded, and if we hadn't hit that third lane when we did, we very nearly could have just got run over while straining a bunch of companies or whatever in our hand. As it is, though, we did get there unless our opponent's last card is Fog. It is not. We got there. All right. Humans Company taking it down. I'm Corbin Hostler. This is Mining Modern. Thanks for watching, everyone.